we do have something in common besides our devilish good looks and our sense of humor and our sense of fashion is behind me is my sense of fashion. I have a Blockbuster hoodie on, and everyone knows about Blockbuster, but chicken parm. I'm probably thinking about chicken parm is my favorite meal. You let me know that your favorite meal is also chicken parm. How about that?
Yes, it is, and I will drive miles to go to a restaurant, good Italian restaurant that has good chicken parm, and here in Alaska, Italian is not the number one food, and so I'm having to drive miles to get a good chicken parm in Alaska. Wasilla is where I'm at, actually, so I love it, and I love it with spaghetti on the side. I'm not sure how you have it, with a glass of wine. It doesn't get much better.
Yeah, spaghetti, a little white wine. I know Molly could agree with the wine aspect, at least chicken parm. The only people who don't like or offended by my hoodie would be vegans, maybe. But yeah, I mean, Alaska, you got to drive a mile to get a Diet Coke. I would imagine things are a little bit farther away out there, but you seem to be enjoying the Alaskan life.
I have, in fact, I've never, to think being a Canadian, and I've been surrounded by lakes and frozen lakes, that not that I've been a big fisherman, but I had never ice fished before. And so
Hmm.
I've been ice fishing, and it's much different because it's not as easy and it's cold, but it's enjoyable. So I've really enjoyed things that I've never done. The other thing I'm going to do today that I've never done, that's hard to believe as a Canadian. I've never gone on a snowmobile or a snow machine. Snowmobile, snow machine. If you're in Canada, they call it one way. Here in Alaska, they call it another. But I've never been on a snow machine. So one thing I'm going to do this afternoon, I'm going to go for a snow machine
That's
ride.
something I actually have done. I have gone on a snowmobile before, and they are
Wow.
very, very fun. I love it. I went across, like, a frozen lake on one before, and those things can rip, man. Like, they can get up to pretty high pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, one of the
Oh,
reasons I'm in Alaska right now is that it was the end of the race, the Ironman
Right.
race, and
many
so I
years
got
ago.
to see the tail end of it. And so I
Oh.
know one of the guys who was riding it. He finished 11th, and so I'm going to meet up with him today, and he's going to take me for a ride. Now these things go near 100 miles an hour. Can you imagine on the lake? So I will share with you next week how that turns out.
From Studio 54 in New York to ice fishing in Alaska. Wow, it sounds like a Netflix special in the making. I watched Tinder Swindler, by the way. Tinder Swindler is a must watch. I was on the edge of my seat for that one. And yes, you probably know the answer why Ron is in Alaska from the show from a month or two ago. So that is, if you don't, then
You've been
I
under
don't
a
know where you've
rock.
been the last couple of months.